Hello everyone, my name's Mr. Bullet on Fire 12 and welcome back to some more Modern Warfare 2. Now in today's video I want to talk about something which has been bugging me recently, and I've been sort of in two minds. I've had sort of me thinking, yeah, you know, this actually be an interesting video and maybe I should make this, but then after some thought maybe I thought, do I want to make this video now? I'm not too sure. So I've been in two minds about it, but I'm just going to go ahead and make this video anyway because I'd like to hear your thoughts and opinions on this topic I'm going to talk about in today's video. So let me know what you think at the end of the video in the comment section below. But today's video is going to be talking about COD DLC. That's the topic for this video, and the gameplay you're watching actually links into what I'm going to be talking about in today's video, because this is actually another nuke gameplay. This nuke is actually the only one I've got left, and this is actually from, I think it was the day before. I'm pretty sure this was the day before I left to go back home for 1 week for the Easter break. I literally got this on this session before I left. So hopefully you sit back, relax and enjoy it. And this nuke actually does tie into this topic that I'm talking about. Mainly just being in this particular lobby, really. Obviously it was an added bonus getting the nuke, but it's the lobby that I'm in that really is the focus of this topic, because DLC. Now, I've got both Modern Warfare 2 DLC. So I've got all the extra maps for this game. But obviously, as time goes on, you are a bit more restricted to what lobbies you can find, just because there just aren't as many anymore. And literally, the only lobbies really left today for DLC owners are Team Deathmatch. At least on the PS3 anyway. I don't know about the 360, but on the PS3, it's literally always just Team Deathmatch. And, you know, you're lucky enough to find maybe 2 lobbies. You're probably restricted to just 1 lobby, and that's it. And if you don't like that lobby, well then you're in a bit of a tricky situation, because you can't find any other lobbies, you just got to stick in that lobby. Now, obviously, this is not Team Deathmatch, this is Ground War Domination. And the reason I'm in this lobby is because someone in our party doesn't have the map pack, so I'm obviously able to get into this lobby. However, Ground War is full of hackers, so we had to, me and Nexus James, we had to leave this lobby eventually. Which was obviously annoying for us because we both got the maps, and then we're stuck and we can't really get back into this lobby because our friend, who doesn't have them, he sadly timed out and went offline. So then afterwards, because there's so many hackers in this lobby, we had to leave it, and then we're stuck with our usual just Team Deathmatch, 1 lobby, with the people who actually still have the maps to this day. And I've said it before in a previous video, I don't really want to have to get rid of the map packs, because, you know, I paid good money to obviously play on these extra maps, and the extra maps in this game are good. You know, I like some of these extra maps in this game. But it's just, it did get to a point that it was just boring. You know, after experiencing getting into a lobby with people who don't have map packs, and you can just play in so many more game modes, it was just way more fun. And then later this night, when obviously we couldn't get back into these sorts of lobbies, we a couple of times we had to think to ourselves, do we end up getting rid of them? And I didn't really want to have to get rid of them, but I did get rid of them, which is something I never thought I'd actually do, because, you know, obviously I paid for these maps, and they did actually last me a good few years. You know, I paid for the maps in probably early 2011 at some point. Can't exactly remember the exact date, but obviously it would tell me when I actually purchased it if I went onto the PlayStation store, but I got rid of them. I actually did get rid of my Modern Warfare 2 DLC maps, because I just couldn't really take having them anymore. It was just boring having them. You know, I didn't want to have to just sit and play in Team Deathmatch all the time. I wanted to actually get back into, you know, game modes like Domination and just getting to Ground War. Even though Ground War was full of hackers, you know, it was still something, it was still like it was new, like, for example, because I'd not played it in such a long time, and it was great. But I had to get rid of them because it just wasn't fun anymore. And I will miss the maps, the extra maps that I paid for, but at least now I can actually make this game a bit more fun, because unfortunately as a COD game goes on, you know, the DLC lobbies, they just disappear and they just really aren't any of them there anymore, so there's just no point keeping them. You just got to get rid of them. And it got me thinking, as I got rid of my Modern Warfare 2 maps, it got me thinking about the other COD games that I've got and the DLC I've actually purchased separately that I added onto the game later on. And it actually made me think, is it worth me keeping the DLC on the other COD games as well? So I literally thought back to all the COD games between COD 4 and Advanced Warfare. I'm not counting Black Ops 3 because I don't own Black Ops 3. But it did get me thinking. So I made the list and I thought of all the DLC that I've actually purchased for those COD games between COD 4 and Advanced Warfare. And I thought to myself, okay, so what DLC have I actually got for these games? So COD 4 is the first one on the list. I don't have any DLC for COD 4, so that's fine, we can just move on. World at War, I've got all of them. Modern Warfare 2, I've got both of them, but obviously I uninstalled them now, so I don't have them installed on the game anymore. Black Ops 1, I have all of them except for the last one, which is the Zombies DLC only. It's just a zombie only DLC. Modern Warfare 3, I have all of them as well. Black Ops 2, I only have the first DLC for that game. And then we pick up the nuke right there. Ghosts, I don't have any of the Ghost DLC, so again we can move on. And lastly, Advanced Warfare. I have all the DLC purchased for Advanced Warfare. So that's, I mean, if you think about it, all the DLC I've got, I don't have all the DLC for every single COD game, but the stuff I've got, you know, that still adds up to, you know, quite a lot of money, if you think about it. So then, you know, obviously I've got all these DLC, you know, purchased. Is it still, like, still giving me the benefit of everything I'm paying for, like, to this day, for example? So, COD 4, we can skip that one because I don't have any COD 4 DLC. World at War. With World at War, no. Really, the only thing I benefit for the World at War DLC is the zombie maps. Because the multiplayer maps, I purchased when the game was still, you know, pretty hacked, to be honest. I mean, I got hacked to 10th in that game anyway, I didn't get to top prestige legitly. And there's only been a few multiplayer maps in that game I've actually played. So really, the only thing I'm really benefiting from for the DLC in World at War is zombies. And, you know, I'm still happy to have the zombie DLC for World at War. You know, there's some great zombie maps. You know, Shinanuma, Deriz. You know, it was so worth still playing them and actually purchasing them. So in the zombie side, yes. The multiplayer side, no, not really. Modern Warfare 2, well, yeah, I was still finding lobbies when I still had them installed. It just wasn't really worth it though, because it's just like one lobby. Yes, I still get the benefit of the extra maps. I just can't play anything else apart from Team Deathmatch though, so it sort of was, but it sort of really wasn't. Anyway, I'm happy in my decision for getting rid of them. I can actually have more fun with the game now. Black Ops 1. If I think about it today, the only thing really I benefit for the Black Ops 1 DLC, the ones I've got, it's again zombies. I mean, when I was still leveling up on Black Ops 1 and still getting to 15th prestige, yeah, I mean, obviously it was worth me having them. And they're calling the nuke right there because James was telling me he was getting high on a streak, and I was like, right, I'm calling that thing in, stop him. You know, you saw the triple feeds and multi feeds he was getting. He's clearly got aimbot on. But you know, when I was still leveling up on Black Ops 1, getting to 15th prestige, yes, you know, I did buy some of the DLC during that time, and obviously it was worth it for the multiplayer side. But if I think about it today, really, it's just for the zombies. Next, Modern Warfare 3. I mean, there was a lot to offer in the Modern Warfare 3 DLC. I mean, there was extra special ops missions. Then there was Chaos Mode that came out later. Loads of multiplayer maps. There was also Face Off as well. There was also extra Face Off maps that you had to pay for. But none of that is really worth it to me anymore today, because I've done all the special ops missions. I wasn't really a fan of Chaos Mode, really. I played it a couple of times, but I wasn't really a massive fan of it. Face Off, again, I mean, the Face Off maps looked nice, but I'm not really a massive fan of Face Off, so I didn't really, you know, go into it that much. So really the thing I really want to actually use today is the multiplayer maps, but I don't really find multiplayer maps anymore either. So essentially I could actually just get rid of my Modern Warfare 3 DLC, because I'm not really benefiting from any of that anymore. But you know, with that game, there's the disable DLC button, so I don't really have to uninstall them, and I will uninstall them one day if, say, for example, I actually run out of room on my PS3, if I want to get another game or something. But for now, I'll keep them on because I can just hit the select button that just disabled the DLC. But none of that is really benefiting me anymore because the stuff I actually want to use is the multiplayer maps. I don't find them anymore. Black Ops 2. The few times I've actually gone back onto Black Ops 2, yes, I still find the maps I get with that first DLC, so it's still worth it to me, I guess. I don't really like Black Ops 2 that much, though. Obviously, with Black Ops 2, it did change it a little bit, because obviously, the Peacekeeper, we get DLC weapon, and I do like the Peacekeeper. I do like that weapon a lot, so I mean, it's still worth me keeping that. And I guess zombies as well. Again, I'm not really a massive fan of the zombies of Black Ops 2. I mean, Dire Rise is an okay map, but in my opinion, it doesn't compare to, you know, some of the other ones from World at War or Black Ops 1. But in that respect of, does it still benefit me? Yes, it does. But I'm just not really a massive fan of Black Ops 2, though. But moving on, Ghost, we can skip, because I didn't buy any of the DLC for Ghost. Advanced Warfare, you know, I'm still playing that a lot because I'm still trying to get to top prestige in that, and I'm still getting there. But DLC-wise, let me think. Exo Zombies, yes, that does actually benefit me. I do like Exo Zombies. I prefer it to Exo Survival a lot. DLC weapons, again, the A4, the Ohm. You know, you had to pay for those weapons. Yeah, I still use them occasionally from time to time. I like both of them. But the multiplayer maps, I don't benefit from them anymore because I don't know what happened. I think this is maybe just a PS3 thing or 360 thing. I don't know what Advanced Warfare is like on the PS4, Xbox One. It's probably a lot better, to be honest. But if I think about it, when I was away during the summer last year, I'd not played Advanced Warfare for a while, and when I came back, I could tell that something in the game was different, and DLC lobbies were just dying out, and I just couldn't find really anything. And, you know, I got the other two DLCs, DLC 3 and 4, through some birthday, you know, cards. So I didn't pay for the last two, but the first two I paid for, and it was worth it at the time because there were tons of lobbies available. But there's still been some maps in Advanced Warfare I've never even played on. Mainly, I think, from DLC 4. I played a few DLC 3 maps. But I don't know what happened with the Advanced Warfare copy of PS3 with that game. DLC lobbies just don't turn up anymore. They're still there, but nothing happens. It just goes to no games found. If I just go into a normal playlist on Advanced Warfare, it will put me into a lobby with people who don't have them. But I will see people who have got like the A4 and the Ohm, and so obviously I'm not the only one in that situation. So, I mean, after looking back at all of that, it's a bit like, I mean, it is worth it, I think, because it gives you some extra stuff with the game. But it just does seem like, after a while, it's a bit pointless. I mean, it's fun for like a good few years or so, but then it's just like, well, what's the point of having them if after a few years, you're just not really benefiting from it that much? I mean, what I find slightly more disappointing is with Advanced Warfare, you know, some of that DLC only had for like a good month or so, and I just hardly got to really use it. Now, I don't know if that's just because of just the PS3 situation, because it's a last-gen copy. It might be, but it's still annoying, really. So, I don't know. It's just like, I never really thought about it that way before. I mean, I always thought, like, buying the DLC, you know, it's going to make the game more fun, which it did make the game more fun. And I enjoyed purchasing all the DLC for these games, because I like COD. It's a good game. I like playing it. Obviously, there are ones that I prefer more than others, but it's just, I don't know. The thing with me is, it's just about money, really. I like to make sure I get my money's worth out of things, because money is something that, it's either I've got it or I don't have it. And I just feel, I don't know, just slightly annoyed, really, that if I'm going to buy this DLC, I just know, give it a good few years later down the line, I'm going to have to get rid of them, because it's going to make the game not as fun, like I did with Modern Warfare 2. And, you know, with this video, I'm not trying to say that you shouldn't buy COD DLC. You know, you guys are entitled to you know, spend what you want with your money. You know, I'm not trying to make this video saying, oh, don't buy COD DLC, because if you want to buy DLC, fine. I just feel like, you know, that's what I used to always do. I always wanted to buy the DLC. Obviously, I didn't do it with every single game, but I just feel like, just looking back after all of that, it's really, like, the stuff I'm really only benefiting for now is the zombie stuff. It's mainly zombie stuff and a few extra, you know, DLC weapons. But I don't know, I just felt like it was a bit annoying, really, that, you know, I spend the money on this stuff. They lasted for a good few years, well, at least most of them did. Advanced Warfare, well, I don't know what happened with that game. But I just like to get my money's worth, because, you know, money is something that I don't always have. And I like to make sure I spend the most out of my money so I actually get the best, you know, out of it. And I just felt like with this, you know, DLC thing, yes, it was good having it, I don't regret it, but it's just annoying that I've had to get rid of it in order to make the game more fun again. So, I don't know, I mean, it's kind of bugged me, really, ever since I got rid of my Modern Warfare 2 DLC, that I've had to get rid of it in order to make the game more fun again. But let me know what you guys think about this. I mean, do you feel the same way with this whole DLC thing, or do you not buy the DLC? You know, I'd like to hear some thoughts and opinions on this, because I just feel like, I don't know, slightly annoyed, really, that in order to make Modern Warfare 2 more fun, and probably some of the other games as well, in order to make it more fun, I have to get rid of the extra stuff that I pay for, because it's just not worth me having them anymore. So, I mean, that's what's happened in today's video. I mean, sadly, you won't see any more. I mean, I don't really put up that many Modern Warfare 2 like DLC games up on the channel. I've had a few games on, I think, Strike. I remember, what was the other one I had? Bacon. I've had a couple of, you know, moments of them on the channel, but I won't be playing those maps anymore. And, you know, eventually it'll probably happen with all the other CODs as well. But just let me know what you guys think about this, because it's just been bugging me. Obviously, I don't regret buying them, because it was great fun buying them, but I just find it just annoying that after a few years I had to get rid of them. But, you know, it's just been playing at me. But anyway, I'm going to end off this video now. I'd like to hear your thoughts and opinions on this. But anyway, I hope you've all enjoyed this video anyway, and if you've liked it, remember to leave a like rating and subscribe if you are new. Let me know in the comments down below what you think about COD DLC, and let me know actually if you've had any experiences with the DLC which you've absolutely hated as well, because I've heard before from other people that I watch on YouTube, they buy a DLC and they absolutely hate it. I mean, I've not really had that type of experience really with the DLC. I mean, there's a few DLC maps I just don't like, but like I remember this one person was saying he absolutely hated everything about it. So let me know if you've ever had a bad experience like that with the COD DLC. I'm going to end off this video now. But for now, it is goodbye from me. I shall see all of you guys very soon with my next video. So take care, guys, and goodbye.